general chat.
Oh yeah, good call. And I'm gonna end up typing it like, whoops.
Oh, like on the.
I'm gonna end up typing it on
Okay.
stream. So, whoops.
Gotta mute myself.
We might actually have to just do a quick stream manager thing because it doesn't edit everything on slobs.
Gotcha.
Of course we're doing this all live, but it's all good.
Is this a will we want to be listening to sound, or is this one that
There is sound, but it's not important. I didn't. You can do things with sound that I did not do, so it's we don't really need the sound.
Okay. Cool.
Did not do, so it's we don't really.
Dog
need
always
sound.
gets right under my chair wheels when I'm trying to stream.
Especially if I'm like screaming, like yesterday I was just screaming at Fall Guys. He gets very.
Oh,
he gets very
congratulations!
upset.
traumatic?
Congratulations on that, by the way, and not
Oh yeah.
not raging
Yeah, I did
super
not,
hard. That was
did not have a heart attack.
that was impressive.
Yeah. It makes me so angry.
Where's this? How do I?
I do enjoy that our about ProfsPlay thing says we stream Sleep is Death, Just Chatting, and Democratic Socialism Simulator.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't.
Must just pick your last couple of things, or do we pick those?
I think it just picks for us.
So I got to be careful what I stream.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, or I think you'll be able to edit
questionable
that.
manga or something.
Well, if you question last seen streaming questionable manga.
Yeah. Don't ask. No, I don't think I've actually ever played a interactive manga or anything like that.
Cool. Hey, that's what heroes do. Sweaterwolf. I appreciate it. All right, let's officially get the show on the road. What's going on, everybody? ProfsPlay here, along with Sweaterwolf and Jay Plays Games, and together, by our powers combined, we are ProfsPlay. Here today on this, what is it, Thursday? On this Thursday, to bring you all a blast from the past, 10 years ago, to be more particular. A little game called Sleep is Death. Now, Sweaterwolf, this was your pick. Sorry to blow up your spot. So do you mind sharing a little bit about the game, your rationale, and what we're doing today on stream?
Yeah, so I played this not quite 10 years ago, but quite a ways back, and I thought it was really interesting. I had never really seen anything like it, and now there's all these retrospective articles talking about how this game is ahead of its time. But to be honest, the reason I thought of it is the McElroys. I consume a lot of McElroy content, and I think it was on the Besties, their gaming podcast, along with some other folks. That they were talking about this game, and I was like, that would be so cool to be able to play this in 2020. And then lo and behold, I was amazed that you can actually still give this guy your money and play it. So I thought, I'm actually not sure, disclosure, how it's going to go on stream. I think it'll be interesting no matter how it goes. But it's just, I don't want to say, I kind of don't want to say too much about it. I kind of want to save that for the debrief, just because I want there to be some element of surprise as to what this game is, because I asked, Prof A has seen it now because we tested it yesterday. I asked everyone to not Google it even, or not to look into it too much, just because I think the surprise is a big part of it.
Ooh, I love it.
Great.
I love it. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say, is there anything? I heeded that advice. I didn't look, I went to the website and just saw the blurbs about like, oh, what a great game it is, but I didn't look into it at all. I know nothing about this. I am going in pretty blind. Is there anything you think that we should, without, giving too much away or anything, is there anything you want us to kind of focus on, or you think we should be thinking about in advance, or just kind of experience it and see what happens?
I think the one thing that might be interesting, and I kind of want to talk about this later. So the designer of this game, he's the same person who designed Passage, which was like, I think the first game in the MoMA. I'm probably completely getting that wrong, but he's kind of known as this like art game designer, right? And there's like, he has a more recent one that we can talk about later too, but he's kind of known as this like artsy designer. And so I think it might be interesting to talk about, I don't want to say what is the relationship between games and art because that's broad and useless. But just kind of thinking of that context, I think might be interesting. But yeah, well, I don't. I'm trying to decide if I should describe what the gameplay is. No, I think we'll see. I think it will become evident as we play.
Nice. Cool. We're just gonna find out what it's all about, including putting your IP address on stream. Actually, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do.
Don't do that.
What we'll do is this. We will. So let me progress this a little bit. Is there music? Oh, there is music.
There is, yeah.
Is this coming through on stream? Can you hear this?
I have it muted. Let me see.
It's like some synthy synth.
Really quiet.
Okay, that works. I mean, better than nothing. I got it in my ear. Okay, so what I'll do is...
Hey, I've been ready.
I'm going to go ahead and join the game as player. Hey, Oven, what's good? Okay, and now... yeah, it's a little low over here, too, although I'm a little concerned with what would happen if I did this from a... Well, all right, we'll see. I got my hand.
Switch to our 4, so you don't see the game, right?
Oh yeah.
Is this where you add the address?
That's actually a really good. I was gonna do something even.
I
was gonna do something even weirder.
Ooh, look at that stinger. Ooh, okay.
Oh, who made that?
Oh yeah.
Super impressive. Oven, how's your day going?
I like this not putting my IP address on blast. That's the plan I can get behind.
I think it's pretty cool. I appreciate it as well.
Well, let me ask you a quick technical question. My webcam looks super blurry. Is that on your end? Because you're all look really fine, and on Discord I look fine.
I lost
it's
it
super
too.
blurred.
Yeah,
that's weird. Man, I have so many Discord problems. Oh yeah.
Do we want to just like in the future like go to Zoom? Is that like breaking the magic circle too much?
Yeah, I got Zoom.
Okay. I got to get out of the habit of like reading things out loud while I type them. Like your IP address.
My password is my birthday is
okay, I think I'm in. So
cool. So
I'm gonna switch back over to our live play. Just woke up.
So I'm gonna let it. So you see this -20. So that's my turn. So I just want to explain, just so this game will make sense.
Yes.
Each of us. So Prof A and I each have 30 seconds to respond to whatever happens. So right now he has the blank screen. It's going to switch over in a little bit to sort of like his ability to interact with the world. But he's not going to be able to interact with anything because I haven't given him an avatar or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and do that. And I one of the things I think is going to be interesting about this is talking and playing at the same time because it's sort of focus intensive. So we'll say, we'll see how this goes, especially with the typing and stuff. So I have put something in, and now, that's. So I've read that one of the things that's interesting about this is that the 30-second limit forces you to make mistakes. And that's like a big part of kind of I think what makes this game like, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Well, I am
good. You see,
hey, you know me. I am ready to make some mistakes. So let's go. All right. So we got. Oh, I'm a grandpa. Hi, Grandpa. I have 21 seconds to respond, and so my response. Do I just start typing?
Yeah. So you should. Your speech bubble come out of your avatar.
Hello. Oh, that's so cool. Hello, young. We can see all your typos. Young Padawan. Nice.
That's how you spell Padawan, right?
I think the other thing, Kelly, that you had told us is that think of this a little bit like Dungeons and Dragons, right? Where you're kind of like a DM or GM. Is that because you are kind of running the story here? Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
How do I get? There we go. Whoops.
I should say Sweater Wolf. I called you by your name. It's so hard to remember who's what and where.
I do it interchangeably.
Yeah.
Whoops. Okay, that was. So sometimes it's funny you intend to do something and then like just now I could not figure out how to I forgot like how to get the character to talk. So you know, you gotta improvise.
And you've only got 20 seconds to do it. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's a very quick kind of turnaround.
So you can move and speak. I'm just looking at the kind of verbs.
I'm already gonna start
You
role
can
playing.
move?
Have you eaten yet?
I'm gonna be the immigrant grandpa.
Oh.
Have you eaten yet? I need to know. Oh man, I don't want to interrupt. There's definitely some frantic magic happening over there.
Frantic magic.
So Earl, another control you have other than moving is one of your little icons is an action button, and what that does is if you want to like do an action, it basically puts a speech bubble. It might be the little like cog looking symbol. I can't remember which one it is for the player. And you can like just type like an action, right? It won't do anything in the world because you don't have control over the world. But,
Right. Now it's my turn to frantically. You can see as I'm typing, right?
Frantic
you can
magic.
see my.
Yeah.
Nice.
See it. So we can see all the typos too. So be aware.
Oh,
It's like when you're writing with someone in Google Docs, you know.
Oh,
you're like,
I embrace that, and we're recording this, which is pretty great.
Nice.
All right. I'm hoping this thing over here is a fridge. I don't know what it is. It could be a fridge. It could be extra counter space, but I'm gonna try to act on it. Oh God. Oh,
so can a player or the DM? By the way, I'm 20 seconds behind. They can see it live, and I'm on the stream, so so they're going to react, and then I'm going to sit there for
type of
looking like
verb
a moron.
direct with mouse.
yeah, the time delay is going to be kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay, what are you going to make for me? Oh, there's the verb. Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm going to try to open it. If it's a fridge.
You literally have like a verb tool, huh?
Yeah, I have a
That's interesting.
It's act.
That's cool. Act. Gotcha.
Whatever this thing is, I'm going to try to open it.
Yeah.
So let's see. I look like one of
Bless you.
Salud.
Salud.
Oh, thank you.
I look like a character from Key and Peele. One of Key's characters.
The substitute teachers of the substitute
Yeah.
teachers.
Oh my God. How did you? Yo, get out of my head, dog. Like. How did you know that's exactly the person I was thinking of?
Because it does actually kind of look like that. I see that.
Yo, that's
your timer. We're killing your
Oh.
timer here by memeing it up. Oh, the phone's ringing.
Oh no, that's fine. That was Kelly's. That was
that was her turn. Gotcha.
Well, I definitely. The plot.
Ring, ring.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to act. Okay. Now you've got me like hyper focused on my spelling. I'm like, did I write Asner? No, I wrote answer.
Yeah, you're giving him a complex.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
And swear.
I'd be the absolute worst at this game because I am like something's happened where like I think my fingers are off by about like 2 inches. So I'm typing and just like I have every word I'll write in an entire paragraph will be a typo. I don't know why it is. It's like weird, I'm writing in Word or something like, and everyone is underlined, and stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Got it. I do that a bunch when I switch keyboards. Like if I go from my laptop to like a external keyboard.
Yeah.
I just like, whoa, everything is all stretched out and pretty strange. I'm gonna try to answer this phone.
Now this is some deep insight.
Oh god.
Has Madison done her homework? Uh oh. And again, none of this is scripted, right? So you are literally writing these things.
So
okay, gotcha.
So it's very like improv-y in that way.
Nice.
I've broken character and I'm just like acting like myself in real life.
Maybe that's the kind of grandpa you are though,
What I should be doing is I should be putting my text in brackets because I want to roleplay speaking a foreign language and just not being able to speak English. It's too late now. We've already started to write.
We've already established the fiction, right?
We've already started to write the story. Oh my god, I have like my lunch in front of me, and I'm like, I know I'm on camera, but I'm just like, it's right. It's within reach. I just wanna, she has to get an A. Oh my God, they're both talking at the same time. How are you able to do
Whoa,
this?
crazy.
I like that. So, all right, before I act, I just want to call attention to the fact that I'm on speakerphone, although this is like a rotary.
Yeah. It's like one of those kitschy, like retro. It's like a Bluetooth rotary phone or something.
Yeah, it's just for aesthetics.
Kelly, did you generate the room and stuff here, or was this sort of pre-populated?
So this is like a pre-populated set of rooms. Not to reveal that I have multiple rooms. But there's like a whole building activity. And then there's like little avatars and assets and stuff can use.
We can jump into GM mode toward the end of stream.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to
definitely.
take a look at it. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh God, I forgot his name.
Why are you yelling? Why is that girl yelling?
She's a yeller. This is so different, like playing it. You know what I mean? Like, like an interesting thing about this is one of the things that's distinct is it's like this sort of like intimate. I don't know if that's the word I want to use. Experience, right? Of like just you and somebody else making a fiction. So it's interesting doing this performatively.
Yeah.
That's cool. So like for like I don't know, regular, I guess there is no regular, but like would people be playing this together like on a couch somewhere, or is this meant to be like IP, since we can, you can do it through IP and stuff like that? Is it meant to be remote? Like do people play it sitting next to each other?
I played it sitting next to somebody, but I think that's actually the atypical experience. I think it's more intended to be sort of in this kind of context.
Is there like matchmaking? Can you like randomly connect to another player, or do you
no,
have to know
and I know this
player?
because I know this game is old. Nobody's super playing it anymore. But I know that like there was a whole thing, people trying to find matches. But actually, one thing that's cool about it is you can export your story, your game as a flip book. So there was, when this game was more popular, there was a whole thing where like you would go through people's flip books and actually see the stories that they wrote.
Oh,
that's cool.
Does that happen automatically? Like every turn, does it like keep track? Sorry, I missed that.
I think it does. I've never actually played around with that.
'Cause that'd be cool.
That function.
That would be.
There we go.
Can I have a sandwich? You still in Feder?
That's not.
Grandpa? What the heck?
I wonder how.
You couldn't open the side of that cabinet?
how detailed is my action here?
Make a pastrami.
Oh no, I can't type prepare sandwich.
Oh, there's a limited number of characters. No,
all right, so it looks like that thing's not responding to me. So
yeah. Can you cook on the stove?
This is the fastest response I could get out in 3 seconds.
Oh, see, there's that timer mechanic, right? Like
sure,
I gotta get something out. Yeah, sure. Can I may have asked this? I can't even remember. Can a player or the I guess the DM, whatever, GM, can you take more than one turn or action? Like Sweater, I saw that you did 2 like text, but that was like 1 turn. Could you like do a turn and do another turn, or does it have to be cyclical?
I can do as much as I can manage in the in the amount of time that I have. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay,
something's happening. The stream is 20 seconds behind you.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Back to you.
Okay.
Back to you, Sweater. I'm gonna try to find this bread. Let's get this bread. I tell you, it's days like this that I like really am reminded I need to get a dual monitor set up.
It's the only way to fly.
Everything is crammed right now. Whoa, what in the world?
What? Hey.
Ignore that.
What?
Whoa, wait.
Is there a genie down in the
Am I out there, or what's going on?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, ignore being out there. Do not ignore the genie.
Oh, okay, all right.
Where's your Gosh, what happened to your speech bubble?
I don't know. I don't know what's down there. I also don't know why I was out.
It's all wonky. Yeah.
Here we go.
Suddenly outside the world. Now I feel bad that I didn't hook this up to like a music source.
Yeah, I feel like music would enhance the experience.
Can you control the music? Can the GM control?
Yeah, yeah. There's like a whole like
he reads my mind
functionality. It is so hard to move what you intend to move.
Yo, I'm all about the efficiency here.
Yeah,
if I've got a genie, why would I make
2 for 1? Yeah.
Why would I make my own sandwich? If I get multiple wishes, this girl's homework is about to get done.
Now, is this like a monkey's paw situation where you'll get a sandwich, but it's like salmonella infested or something?
Oh no, not my little
the monkey's paw curls.
Not my grandchild. I can't.
Right.
Yo, I can't unsee the substitute teacher now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Nice.
No.
Yes. That's of course the question, right?
Inquiring minds want to know.
They want to know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm concerned just in case this genie can't multitask though. I'll wait for that. I'll prioritize the sandwich, to be honest. Well, it's so hard to know when to talk because I don't want to talk during your turn, but then during my turn I can't. Like I literally can't.
Because you're like
process.
Right. You got to actually. Yeah. That's interesting.
Because I do want to go back to that comment about gaming and intimacy, but maybe later.
Make a sticky note. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's return.
Oh, I get 3. Is that my sandwich talking to me? I can't. Hola.
Hola. Well, you get 3. Interesting. 8 seconds.
I think it's my sandwich, right? So I'm gonna say
like
hi right back.
It's a talking sandwich.
It sort of looks like my sandwich.
Like an open-faced sandwich, like a pita or something that's kind of open.
It's like talking.
That's what I see. Yeah, right now. All right.
I like flashbacks.
Sentient sandwich. You should have been specific, though. Comida.
Wait, what kind of sandwich is it? I can't tell.
It's no. You know what? I can't comment. I don't want to.
Can you verb? Here. Can you inspect? Can you inspect sandwich?
Let me just ask it directly. Let me just ask it what it's.
Just ask it.
Ask it what it's.
Sandwich. Who are you? What are your preferred pronouns?
Kian S. Sandwich. I'm sure you wanted this to be more action-packed, but I really just want to get to know these. I want to get to know these characters, honestly.
I really want to tell me about your dreams, Sandwich. Who did you want to be? Can you love Fisticuff? What's up, Fisticuff? Glad to see you here.
All right, we're gonna let chat drive. So Fisticuff requests.
Can you love Sandwich?
Oh, I'm about to. Oh, it's a living sandwich? All right, well, we're gonna try it, Fisticuff. We are.
I'm a sub. I like
Love is
love.
a verb. Love is a verb, baby.
Love is a verb. Love is a verb. He's alive. The genie says he's alive. That's
I don't know if I can feed the living sandwich to my. And I'm in a moral.
yeah, I was gonna say, is a question of can you or like do you want to? Yeah, like I guess you could, but should you? We made dinosaurs. We didn't.
Sometimes
ask
I have a hard time playing game morality and separating it from my IRL morality. Like I've never had a successful renegade run in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Oh, it loves me right back. Look at that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, she's back. Oh, the granddaughter's back. Yeah, you know, I keep telling myself I'm going to role play something in like Mass Effect or whatever, and then it just ends up mostly being me. You know, how would I, would I save the Rachni or not? And it always ends up being the way I would do it. Can you see the blue floating person?
I'm just curious. I wonder if that's just me.
Yeah, no, good question.
Oh man. I tell you, Genie making a living sandwich was not on my bingo card for playthrough today.
When I woke up, I dreamt of a sentient sandwich.
I had no idea what to expect. I was like, oh, what's
in 8-bit form. Yeah.
What's going on? Okay, good. I wonder if I'm hallucinating everything.
Check for like a gas leak. Is that one of the verbs you can do? Like inspect gas pipe.
I've given in.
Interesting.
Oh man, if this thing talks as she's eating it, it's gonna be wild. I do want to.
And only you can hear it screaming.
Yeah, right. Oh gosh.
Fisticuff asks, will you adhere to your own personal morals even if the game discourages or even punishes it?
That's a good question. That's a what do you call it? I guess it depends on how and why I'm playing. But honestly, I'm going to answer that as honestly as possible, and my answer would be no. I spend way too much time min-maxing in and caring about power gaming that if I really do get punished, that I'm probably just going to be like, okay, game, have it your way. Oh, the sandwich is talking. Oh no.
And the little girl can hear it. Uh-oh. I don't think we've established names, but grandchild. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Hurry up.
Sorry, I just finished binging Crash Course Philosophy on YouTube, and so
That's awesome.
I'm gonna get into it with this genie right now.
So, Fisticuff raises kind of what we were talking about, a couple streams ago when we were playing Democratic Socialism Simulator and Social Justice Warriors and stuff is like, where the line between, role playing and ethics and the systems of the game. What does the game let you do? How does it treat you and punish you? Like Fisticuff mentions, like discourages or punishes, right? They install and design systems that sort of push you one direction or other. And what happens when those things are in tension with you? It's an interesting question. We never landed anywhere on that on our run or on our play a couple weeks ago because we just got we were raising those young pineapples.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do wonder if we should have just done 2 games that stream and really just like let them breathe a little more.
Yeah, 3 was probably.
Speaking of morality, Fisticuff, I'm gonna try and escape the room. I'm gonna try and escape
Run
the situation.
I'll leave you with this traumatic horror, young grandchild. Deal with the consequences of what you've done.
What if I'm dreaming? What if?
Well, you do have 2 wishes left still. You know. Oh,
Oh.
All right, you're out.
Okay, cool. I like this. Let's head on over.
Is the dog sentient? Pet.
Always my first reaction to a good boy.
Yeah.
I like totally like left that scene.
yeah. The poor,
Julie's gonna start chasing me.
or your traumatized granddaughter who just ate a screaming sandwich. You're like, "Oh, enjoy those years of therapy, granddaughter. I'm out."
This is my renegade playthrough then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this grandparenting that's going on.
Not my strongest suit.
Can you get around the dog, or is it blocking? Whack.
Well, it looks like it's hanging out doing its thing.
I mean, this is like Nintendogs on the NES. If it had been released for the NES, you can pet your dog and stuff.
Yeah, I wanna keep exploring now.
Mhm.
I'm curious. I like the action. There we go. I think the dog's okay on its own.
Exit.
Seems fine. I'm like having
He's
a hard
happy.
time
Wagging
orienting myself
his
in
tail.
space. I think this is like a hallway, right? So if where we were is the kitchen,
It looks like.
this is a hallway. It's probably a room up top and then over in that direction.
Fisticuff, I kind of wanted to see you
We're gonna see.
just keep asking, can you verb the dog over and over? So can you pet the dog? Can you ride the dog? Can you, I don't know, feed the dog? Can you walk the dog? Can you, whatever? Just a whole string of any verb you can think of.
We're gonna go back to the text-based adventures, right? Before LucasArts, before the graphic adventures.
Oh yeah.
You just gotta type.
You're standing in a field looking west or something. Can you debate the dog? Nice. Fisticuff, thank you. Nice. I disagree with my dog.
Question the dog's fundamental assumptions.
Hey dog, you committed the logical fallacy. The following logical fallacies. Appeal to wolves.
Takes 2 turns to cast.
Right, yeah, right. Hey, call back. Social justice warrior, call back. Yeah, that's good.
It's nice to have been streaming that long that we can call back to prior streams. It's great.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's great. I think I was doing that last night too.
Nice.
My...
As we build up our ProfsPlay universe.
Yeah, right? Okay, all right, I can...
One undo coming up. Dose, though.
Seems like a fair trade. I'm gonna prepare myself to like escape though, in case this goes awry.
You have 1 wish remaining.
I'm gonna get myself over here.
Undo the making of the sandwich. I missed the text. Are you gonna undo the sandwich, or are you gonna undo the granddaughter eating it?
This is definitely some monkey's paw stuff, so who knows?
Yeah, totally.
Who
Totally. I got
knows?
this. Yeah.
Oh,
You've undone like the creation of the universe, and then we're all screwed. You didn't specify a time frame.
You made those assets, right? You created the
Yeah.
the anti-universe
The anti-universe.
tile set.
The big shrink of the universe. Yeah, totally. Uh-oh. Better go check on that granddaughter.
I guess I can just do these in the same turn, huh? Yeah, look at that.
Oh, you could. Oh, so is anything you can fit into basically those 30 seconds? So I'd asked earlier about, can you make multiple moves or stuff within 1 turn? So it looks like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really kind of whatever you can do in 30 seconds, which is kind of part of like what's so funny about it.
Yeah, I do like that. I wonder how many actions I can do in the same turn. Or is it just 1 action bubble?
Just go pet the dog over. Just say pet.
Well, I'm going to try and debate the dog.
Pet.
Because
Yeah, debate the dog. Yeah, debate the dog.
Fisticuff requested.
Your premise is flawed.
Ooh, this is good.
Sweater Wolf, since you created the game, did you feel any obligations to the player? I mean, other than that, it's kind of improv-y, right? Like, I feel like we do have to keep yes-anding. Like, I feel like that is the obligation we have to one another, right? Where, if I'm like, there's a dog here, and Prof A was like, there's not a dog, right? That's what, like, would break it.
Yeah.
All right.
That must be one of the reasons the McElroys like this game, because they love the improv, the wet yes and stuff. I too have been consuming a ton of McElroy content. So, well, and you both have background in D&D and stuff, so the shared, agreed upon storytelling kind of stuff. It comes somewhat naturally, I guess, to both of you, right?
Maybe at this point.
Yeah,
I definitely.
think so.
Yeah,
I mean, it took time to.
Yeah,
it took time to get there,
to,
right?
to
Oh,
cultivate.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Right.
Oh no! No! Okay.
Oh my god!
Aw.
Fisticuff.
You've gone back in time too.
Fisticuff, you did it.
Wow, that's
my
awesome.
god!
That's awesome.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
And you actually control the dog. That's so cool. And you reverted to your youthful, where you have a full head of hair and a small body, I guess.
God, I'm so ready.
That's awesome.
My body is ready. I'm ready to go see my grandchild.
Fluffy and I are now one horribly combined organism. No one knows where his body ends and mine goes. We
did it. We haven't tried debating.
Debate.
Yet, so we're gonna
debate. I'm sold on this game. Good.
Yeah.
You can ride your dog. Done. Take my money. Shut up and
this
take
is
my
some
money.
real yes-anding right here.
I am a little bummed you didn't try debating. Fiskov asked, here's a question. Is this a game or is this a tool set? Good question.
Ooh, that's a really good question. That's something I really want to dive into.
Yeah.
In the sort of debrief when we wrap up the gameplay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's a little like, Legos. Are Legos a game or a toy or an imagination device, a tool to get you there? Probably the same kind of thing. I mean, it's got constraints just like a Lego set or something does, I suppose. Dolls do.
Oh, I was just reading.
They're like invitations to play.
Oh, man.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just reading up on somebody's definition of gaming that I was really into that did start with distinguishing between games and toys as playthings, right? In the universe of playthings. But
Mary Flanagan? Was that Mary Flanagan stuff?
Oh.
I've successfully distracted her.
Good. Daisy.
But I still need to find the sandwich ingredients. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Or, as granddaughter says, sandwich.
Okay. So that white square doesn't seem to be anything.
Side of the counter, I guess.
Realizing that now, actually. I was trying to...
Can the genie magically make the fridge appear? Could that be your third wish? What would the monkey's paw version of that be, though? The fridge appears.
Oh, there's.
But it's empty.
Yeah, there's a question too. Whether how good is the genie's hearing here?
All the food is gone. Nice. So
Oh, darn, didn't.
All right, I'm going to exit out of this side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Charge fourth doesn't fit. So we're gonna try to
charge.
We're gonna try to charge. I do like this question. I think a lot of that comes down to like how we end up using the thing too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a game like this, I think it doesn't there is no preset game, right? There's nothing that you could just play, by on its own, right? You have to do this kind of stuff. Try to tax your granddaughter. Oh, you're outside. Whoa.
Where
You're outside
am
now.
I?
You're in a field facing east. To the north is a mailbox. And
Oh, do I get an inventory? I'm gonna try to harvest this tree. These are like the things that I freak out about. Is like introductions of new mechanics.
Yeah. Fisticuff, by the way, that is great. Try to tax your granddaughter.
How do I hand remote control over to Fisticuff?
Yeah, there needs to be like a Twitch plays Sleep is Death.
Oh my gosh. All right.
There was another one of those Twitch plays going on recently, wasn't there? They played Pokemon, a bunch of the Pokemon games and stuff. I thought there was another one going on recently.
Oh yeah, the Pokemon one is just like forever the best one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I got 5
They
oranges.
beat the game too, right? They beat the game. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they released like everything along the way, but
The blue of the genie. I didn't realize the genie was over there. The blue of the genie and the blue of the sky are the same. Yeah, what's up, genie? Oh, that's nice.
By the way, I really love
Can
that
you pollinate the tree?
I love
you
that the
pollinate the
perspective has shifted, right? Because now it's like instead of being able to move like isometrically in space, is that the word for it? Now I just can move left and right
Just
on this one plane.
Just X axis. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think it's an oblique perspective when it's like two sides. Two sides have equal weight. Isometric is right. Three sides with equal weight. Oblique. Two sides. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
This is very helpful. I'm learning a lot.
That actually, I don't know that. Yeah.
I'm excited. I would Google it, but I've only got 30 seconds to act. So,
Hey, Jeannie, can you tell me what the definition of isometric? Sandwich is going to reform if I left food around. A reform. Oh, and sure, thanks.
All right, it's a little high, but I'm gonna try it.
Gently pass the offer orange. Yeah.
There we go. That fits.
Give.
Limited.
Looks like it looks like 10, maybe 10
Limited by
characters.
Yeah.
I think you're limited to 10 characters.
Give fruit. Fistigoff asks if I can pollinate the tree. You mean like hawk fruit? That'll fit.
Jeannie, I hear you got deep pockets.
I love it.
That's awesome. So,
Ooh.
interesting. Dank orange. That's a West Coast genie over there. That's some dank stuff. Taste.
I'm gonna slide over here so that the bubbles aren't overlapping with each other too much. I wonder what this other
Yeah.
So I've got oranges. I wonder what this other tree is. I'm gonna harvest from there too. On my next turn. Oh man.
Apparently, you're here in Arizona. That's a saguaro over there on the edge.
Yeah,
only
and
grow in the
it seems to
Sonoran
be
Desert.
good climate for citrus too.
For citrus, yeah, citrus.
Although
don't look at
citrus,
my-
copper, cattle.
Right, the C's, right? Copper.
Seeds,
What is
yeah.
it, the five
Cotton?
C's.
Culture.
Cotton. Is that
Cotton.
one?
Culture.
Culture, Jesus Christ, culture. Is in Arizona? Yeah, totally culture.
Yeah, yeah.
Climate. Oh, be glad you're not here this week. It's been miserable.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
You
I
remember
heard.
August in Arizona? Holy moly!
I sure do. Well, we've had a pretty bad heat spell too.
It's in Arcadia. Yeah, totally.
I'm going to grab
The block. It's the cinder. It's the cinder block walls.
I'm gonna grab some fruit off of this tree now. Yo, can you imagine playing? Well, I guess never mind.
I guess
I
this
was gonna say,
Janie's
imagine
got like
playing
place
this
to
with
be.
randos and like not being able to talk to them IRL. Ooh. I got
Yeah,
a
like
nine.
I mean, even just us talking is like a different vibe.
Yeah, I've never played this before.
Mhm.
So this is my first experience.
Well, if you're trying to min max, you get 9 lemons, but only 5 oranges. So the lemon tree seems to give you
Yeah,
more resources per turn. Resources per turn.
That's fair. That's fair.
It doesn't say what quality they are, but you know.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna get banned from playing this, Jay Plays.
Oh,
Trying to min-max this round.
I didn't get to
Look.
I didn't get to decide my action in time. So
we are who we are.
I'll wait. So it looks like I guess you could like delay your turn by just not acting, right? Because now
you just wait.
Now my GM
you can
has
also
nothing to react
send.
to.
I think I can do this. I don't know if you can do this. I have a button that's it's like 2 squares with like a little left arrow, and that sends the scene early if I hit it twice. So it's commit and send state. I don't know if you have that.
Oh yeah, I do have a commit and send move. Oh yeah.
Oh, got it. Oh.
Nice.
So you just give up a turn. I'm assuming there's no limits to the number of turns or anything, or is there a set?
Yeah.
Can you program like a set number, or would you just end
I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question.
So you could say like, look, we've got 40 turns to do this.
I'm gonna ghost the genie for a little bit.
What you want? This genie is pushy, trying to get these, you know, like use it. You're gonna use it. Maybe it's got somewhere else to be.
I'm gonna try to make some lemonade. Hey, cat.
You can slice the oranges and offer oranges.
I could act like the genie and be like, listen, you didn't specify what kind of sandwich. Here's an lemon sandwich.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, 30 seconds. So what happens at the end of 30 seconds? Does it automatically go to the next turn, or can you go over?
Yeah, it automatically sends in whatever state you're in, which is again what makes this game really frantic is having to quickly type and in my position quickly like set up the scene and add assets and stuff.
Right.
Gotcha.
Man,
that's so cool that you do it on the fly.
I know, it's super impressive.
Yeah. By the way, getting this sandwich has taken like 40 minutes.
I have not yet beaten the tutorial quest.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like those side quests in games where they're like the galaxy is under threat and this is urgent and stuff, and then you go spend 20 hours romancing someone, taking Garrus on dates and stuff. Fiskov asked, do you think Sleep is Death's design encourages collaboration among the players better or worse than other games?
Oh, he's like Mr. Meeseeks. He's stuck here until the last wish.
I feel like this is like the ultimate. You have to commit to the magic circle, right? Like this, there's no mechanics that will happen if we don't just kind of both like go along with it.
Right.
Yeah, which again I think goes back to Fiskov, your other question about is this is just a tool set or is this a game? I mean, there is no inherent gameness to this in the way that say picking up, you know, Tetris or something is, where it like has goals and rules and outcomes and all those sort of stuff that we get hung up on in defining games. But here, you know, it's more like a play set, right? Here's a bunch of tools that are toys that you can play with and come up with something. So, you know, you got like Earl started riding the dog, and because the tool set lets him, now he can, right? And so I would say for this certainly leans a lot more towards like a toy, you know, it's a set of tools to let you play. But I don't think there's anything inherently gamey. You know, it's a great question though. Make it a dead sandwich. Like an undead, like made up of dead people. You better. Remember Monkey's Paw.
Not undead.
Not undead. Or made of dead sentient. I guess, you know, sandwiches are. I'm a peanut butter, I guess, but even those are dead, right? Bread is a dead flour or wheat or something, and so everything is death. So they're all dead sandwiches.
All right, we're gonna find. Yeah, we're gonna find out.
That phone was ringing, by the way. Phone was ringing.
Yeah, I'm aware. It's 2020. I'm gonna ghost that one.
Go to voicemail.
Send it straight to voice.
Voicemail. Who call? It's 2020. Who's calling people?
Oh, there it is.
Why did you say not undead? Plop. All right. Ask the sandwich a question. Sample.
No, just kidding. I think what's kind of funny about doing this on the live stream, is because everybody can see like my stopping and starting. I can almost like use that to tell part of the story, like hesitation, for example. Right. Be like,
Or the like, you could type something and then delete it and type something different. But like, yeah, totally. That gives like, here's what I'm going to go for, and you can use it like kind of meta. Yeah, totally.
Right. If I were that skilled and that fast at typing.
Right.
But of
There's
course, I don't.
Yeah, certainly. To go again, Fiskov every stream asking great questions. I think this is a game that like you have to collaborate. Like the only thing you can do is collaborate, right? Because it like Sweater was saying, like if you didn't do anything, nothing happens, right? You have to do yes and in this kind of world, even just to get the screen to move, right? So I think it by nature it's very collaborative. But I guess the other way of framing that question is what about it helps the collaboration, I suppose. If it's required and if it's necessary to collaborate, then what is it using to get you to collaborate beyond your sort of intrinsic, need to work together? You're, here on this stream, we're friends and we're playing this game because it's interesting and stuff like that. But like, how does it help you do that collaboration? If that's the heart of this tool game, whatever it is.
It is super interesting. I'm gonna try to cop this sandwich.
It is still warm.
Okay, Genie's leaving.
Oh, Genie. You freed the genie. It's nice. You are still, however, riding the dog. That must not be a genie imposed thing. It's a.
I'm gonna try to cook this sandwich.
All right. I guess it's another good point, and like the limitations on this in terms of how there's limited tool sets. So like the verb, the verb you're using, it can only be 10 characters, right? Mm-hmm. But you kind of cheated it a little bit, and by saying, because we're on stream and stuff and doing voice chat, you say, I'm going to cook this sandwich,
right?
But the verb here is only cook. Well, who knows what you're cooking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're using some extra platform tools in order to sort of make this happen. So that's an interesting limitation.
Right.
Like if we weren't on voice chat, would that have been clear? Who are you talking to? That phone.
Uh-oh.
Blowing up that phone.
Just like real life, I have such a hard time multitasking. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is answer.
Verb answer.
Asner.
Ed Asner.
There we go. Asner.
Asner.
Gosh, the artifacts of language, man. That W in answer, like what?
That's where we're yeah. Holy moly. What are we doing? What is English doing? What is that English ever doing? Fiskov, another good question. As the player, do you feel like Sweater Wolf has more control than you, Prof. A?
Let me sit with that for a little bit. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I gotta think about that. How do I feel?
I think you could certainly like talk about the same, kinds of things around D&D and stuff too, right? Like, is the DM or GM, really in control? Are the players in control? How responsive is it to each other and stuff? Oh, she's got a name. She's Madison.
All right, I'm gonna see how she's doing.
She's starving. She's 50 minutes to get a sandwich. While you're just riding the dog and talking to invisible blue genies. What the hell?
This is amazing, by the way.
Great.
I'm so impressed that I was able to ride the dog. Like, this is huge.
I don't think you can not ride that dog now from here on out. You have to, no matter what happens.
I'm sure there's a dismount command.
If you go to the bank, if you go to work, whatever, just ride that dog.
All right. I'm gonna plate the sandwich. Chopped
Murder
parsley
hobo.
won't fit into the command box, so I'm gonna go ahead and commit.
Murder hobo is a trope.
Yeah. Fisticuff has big murder hobo energy. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll consider it.
Fisticuff, we'd have a good time in Divinity Original Sin 2 together.
Oh my gosh, you really would though.
Can you? Is that
Fisticuff,
is
you
that
should tell the
multiplayer?
story about what you did that one time. It is, yeah, up to 4 players.
It is. Oh,
It's
sweet. I
very
didn't know
well
that.
implemented. I
Really?
found, yeah.
Cool. Murder hobo.
Oh, the
energy.
sandwich is plated. Thank goodness. Okay, I'll get back to
Is
that
pla-
phone
Ow,
as
ow,
soon
ow,
as
ow.
I speaking of typos, serve the sandwich. Do you lose control over your tool set when it's my turn, or can you still like play with it?
No, I can still play with it, but
Okay,
I
good.
won't see like update, like the state update. Like I don't see that dynamically.
Okay, so I'm not gonna commit then. I'm gonna give you as much time as you need to create assets for my sandwich being served. Create the parsley assets.
Oh gosh,
Olive oil
hey,
drizzle.
man, I'm trying.
Fisticuff giving away some old gaming secrets there.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I remember that. Although weirdly enough, in my playthrough, I was also a dragon, and so she was like, "I'm not gonna steal from you," and I was like, "Cool, I appreciate that."
No.
But yeah, that is the kind of thing that happens. Okay, good. She's
Crunch.
munching. She's munching.
Crunch. And mom is
This is.
helicopter parenting.
All right, I'm gonna try to find some books. That's what you do, right? That's how you teach. You just like throw books at
Yeah, throw a book at her.
children.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
At their
how
heads.
do I?
When they're
Let
not
me see if
looking.
I can transmute her into a pineapple. That's how to pass tests, right?
This riverboat.
Oh man, yeah,
Nice.
yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, that was the time I was talking about.
That's so good. Were you the pre-built dwarf, or did you like start your dwarf from scratch? Oh, look at that Look at that plate. That's freaking delightful.
Oh wow.
All right, it looks like mom is like sort of calm for a second. I want to go see what's up with this other room.
Yeah, did you ever get in that other?
No, I didn't. We went to the hallway. We rode the dog. We did not tax the dog, sadly, or debate the dog.
Debate the dog.
We didn't
That's
debate the dog.
still an option. That was not
Or-
a genie option, so I think that's still on the table.
I love
A
it.
bespoke dwarf. Can you forgive the sandwich?
I mean, my question is, will the sandwich
I
ever
bless you.
forgive me?
Right. You can pardon it for federal crimes, but not for state or local. That's the problem. You have no jurisdiction over this sandwich.
I'm gonna try and apologize to the sandwich next time I come back in here. Oh my god.
I'm gonna start apologizing to my food just in everyday life. I'm sorry.
Just in case.
The
I'm
dog
sorry.
Sprite,
Fourth
I
cookie that
can't-
I'm eating today.
Like, I honestly cannot get over the dog Sprite right now. It's so good.
That's so cool. I am very eager to see the kind of tool set sweater that you're working with. So when we do our, kind of like hop over to the debrief stuff to see how you're, because like, that it looks like it's pretty flexible in terms of what you can do in 30 seconds. You put the character on a dog, you made a plate for that sandwich, you did all kinds of stuff. So it looks like there's a lot of stuff you can do like on the fly. That's really cool.
There really is.
It's pretty wild.
You can forgive the sandwich, but not forget it.
Or can you? Oh, I could have if I didn't blow my my wishes on
Your
sandwich.
wishes.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Oh. This is awkward. I thought the genie couldn't leave until you made your third wish. Maybe he just wants to hang out. Or was like a pit stop on his way to the next.
Yo, now I know this is an immigrant household because we don't lock the bathroom door and we just walk in on each other. I understand this world now. This is the world I grew up in.
That's awesome.
This is the world I grew up in. Too much information for a stream? But no. Ask all the other immigrant kids on
Never.
Twitch. Ask the other immigrant kids on Twitch if there was any bathroom privacy growing up. And then come back with the results of your survey. I would like to know. All right.
See if you can get a bonus wish for that.
I'm gonna
faux
leave.
pas.
I'm gonna
That's social
leave
faux
this.
pas.
I'm gonna leave the genie a companion. Oh wait, I can't aim
Oh,
my
the dog.
cursor properly. This is the best
Dismount
I
the
can
dog.
do. Yeah, it's the best I can do.
Hey, Grandpa, have you seen the dog? Yeah, I left him in the bathroom with the genie. All right, now the pressure's on. Can you get that sprite back and off the dog in 30 seconds?
Oh no!
Fall Guys levels of
Oh,
stress.
shoot.
Fall Guys levels of stress.
Now you are just the dog. You dismounted the human and you'll be the dog. Oh, no, you do. Whoa. Uh-oh. Now, here's the question, though. You got to check that beer or that dog for like a goatee because it could be the evil version, the evil iteration of that dog. Optimize the dog. Yeah.
Hey, cat. How's it going? My cat is about to take over my desk, so I'm gonna move the keyboard over to my lap. Oh my
Prof,
God.
thank you for asking to debate that dog. Thank you.
I'm crying. What's up, cat?
It's like Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's law, right? If you bring up something in the first act, you have to use it by the third. We use debate. We debated the dog.
Oh, there you go. We got some
Or the clone. But this is the clone dog. Hey, kitty.
Sorry, we don't have a better angle on the cat here. Oh my God, it's talking to me. Oh, I've dismounted. I'm
Oh, you dismounted.
I'm Keegan again.
No, I can't not see it. I cannot see it. Oh, that's great. But the question, I guess, though, is that did that kill your original dog? And is this like the dog from another dimension who can now argue with you? Chekhov's herb. Yeah.
Good question. I have not yet responded. I'm like pondering. I'm pondering while this dog is talking to me. We're gonna see how it responds to my silence. Chekhov's verb. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of hoping for some weird like half dog, half man chimera, but I guess it's okay that didn't happen.
I just kind of wanted the person to disappear and just be the dog. Like you have now you now inhabit the dog. Your dad's always. I have strong opinions.
All right, so I'm gonna invite the dog to keep the genie company.
Hey, that dog was ready to argue.
Let's see if he responds to commands. Hey, cat. If I ever start making those big streamer bucks, I'm gonna get a second camera just for this cat.
The cat cam.
Cat
It
cam.
can be its own window, its own source. So
Yeah.
you can stream live.
Oh, hey, we broke our ProfsPlay string of making Earl huge at the beginning.
Oh darn! You're right. We didn't.
Maybe at the end you just got to make your camera
Just,
like massively
blow it up,
out of frame
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, the genie wants a review. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I don't want to leave him with false hope.
Like Yelp for genies.
All right. I'm gonna try and leave. I'm trying to think of what parts of this house I haven't explored yet. So I've been in the hallway.
What was the room on the other side of the kitchen? To the
That was the orchard,
east.
I believe.
To the east. Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's any other room besides like the bedroom that I ended up in.
Excuse me.
So I'm gonna try and escape. I'm trying to jailbreak this house. Break it out. It is like really impressive the amount of freedom you have.
Mm-hmm.
I think both as a player and
Skip the hallway.
potentially.
It's magic hallway. That's all right. That's all right.
That works.
The genie transported you. The genie did it. When in doubt, the genie did it.
Genie did it. Yeah, it's a great genie ex machina.
How do you say genie in Latin? Do they have such creatures? We're about to test out the limits of my physical skill as a character.
Can you
I'm gonna roll a
Can you
I'm gonna
leave
roll a
your
dexterity
comfort?
check while I'm outside.
like hop that wall?
Yeah,
You know,
we're
hop the
gonna
wall.
try it.
Hop the wall.
Hey, cat. Oh, you sleepy? Oh, good. Good. She
No.
is happy.
She's fed.
Sorry, I'm
She's
having...
had knowledge thrown at her. She's ready.
I don't know what my obsession is with the word kiddo.
Kiddo.
I'm really into it. IRL. Hey, cat.
Oh, whoops. Ooh.
Commit to those changes.
Uh-oh.
Commit those changes.
Uh-oh.
You got time.
Uh-oh.
You got time.
You got 12 seconds. 12 seconds.
It's plenty. It's
fine.
plenty.
I do also like how casually you've just left the talking dog with the genie in your bathroom. You're like, yep, yeah, we're gonna leave. See ya.
All right, I'm gonna go see what these. I'm gonna go see what these old bones are made of. Exit.
Oh, sweet! I saw your commit and send.
So my timer doesn't go away when I commit and send, huh?
Oh, weird.
I wonder if that just like allows.
You have to hit it twice. There's like a send and then like a confirming your send. That could be it.
Oh God.
Commit
kinda
and
weird.
send and really send.
That's like some kind of.
Are you really sure?
Yeah, it's like one of those like dialogue boxes. Like, are you sure? Yes. Are you absolutely sure? Yes. Damn it. Uninstall McAfee or whatever.
All right, cool. Oh, I'm on this side now. Oh, this doesn't look tall at all. Oh wait, did I come in? I can't tell which way I came through, but we're gonna. Actually, let's just get
hop
on
the
up
wall.
here.
Hop the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, hop on the
Clip.
roof.
Climb.
Clip.
I'm gonna see if we can get up there. I do love that there's a saguaro here. Brings back good memories.
Oh yeah.
Good memories.
I just want to know where this is going. What was that genie doing? Like, why was the genie even there? Like,
I don't know. We're gonna
just like what is it? I mean, like what a cool vehicle for like doing this kind of stuff. How cool is
yeah, it's super interesting.
that? Hug the Saguaro. Don't hug the
The Saguaro's talking.
Critical role.
Fisticuff, it's talking. Oh my god!
Critical role.
Look where I am. I'm up here now.
Those old bones. I guess you got some spring in them.
Hell yeah, that's amazing. Okay, well let's see how far we can take this. Where's my text box? Oh, it's up there. Oh crap! I don't know if you can see this then.
What did it say?
I didn't say anything.
It's off the screen. Oh, okay.
I didn't
gotcha.
type anything into it.
Gotcha.
Because I'm like way up. I'm way off.
Yeah, it's up. It's way off the screen.
Can you see it, Sweater? Or
I can't see it.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Clock is ticking.
all right, let's.
I'll be able to see it when you send it, I think.
Oh my goodness. Yo, look where I am. Okay, I can. Here, this will work.
Cool. All right.
There we go. Now I'm gonna actually do the commit. There we go. It worked.
Oh, sweet. Oh, nice.
Sorry
Yeah,
about this, Sweater.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Sorry for the rushed asset building that I'm requesting.
Oh no, that's
Can you add
Oh,
a set
no.
of mecha wings to my avatar, which allow me to hover above the ground?
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
no. Oh dear. Oh.
I'm ready. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Look, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's fine.
Genie's back. She's back.
It's just the genie.
So are you in the air? Do you get kicked like way? Their critical roll put you like way above the ground, or is that what are we looking at here? My imagination is here failing.
I'm
me.
a little concerned for when gravity kicks in, but until then, I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah, I read it as you're like way high in the air. But
Look at this sun or whatever the light source is in this universe. Oh, hey kitty, you'll get your own camera soon.
cat cam.
Cat cam. I actually saw a streamer with a cat cam. I thought it was cool.
That's nice. I've seen folks get their cats like a fake keyboard to lay on, or like a fake desk to lay on. You know, they put like a dummy keyboard or whatever on their desk. I need one of those because my cat sits right on top of my hands anytime I'm trying to type.
All right, so the wings are invisible.
Oh, invisible. Cheating. That's all right. It's allowed in the magic circle, right?
I'm going to try to enter this. Thanks in advance for rapidly creating alternate universe tile set. What you doing, little buddy?
I know since we have a sort of a hard stopping point here today, how long do you all want to do a debrief? Because it's 3:15, so it means we have about a half hour. So
Yeah, it might be good to start wrapping it up soon.
Yeah,
Not that I don't want to see where it's going, but
Oh no!
oh, you've opened the portal to hell. Ah. I told you that dog was
I can't even
evil.
see what happened to my character there. Do I have like these sweet? Whoa, cool! This is part of my. It's part of me now.
That's cool. Are there two genies? Looks like there's two genies.
Oh
Is
my
that an
gosh, there are
accident?
two genies.
Are you in the land of genies?
Maybe I'm already in an alternate universe. I don't know.
Maybe you shouldn't have taken all that peyote.
Do we want to be continued this? I feel like this is a good moment. Like the genie goes, no. And then these things start sprouting from me, and then find out next time.
Even if you stop early.
Oh.
Fisticuff says, even if you stop early, I think we can all see where this game is going.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, there I am.
I do not understand this area. Oh my gosh, why is it? Ow. Oh.
Commit.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm in Genie Land right now. This must be what they see.
So. Have you yourself crossed over and become a genie?
Ooh. No, they really are like Mr. Meeseeks, because there's like multiple of them. No apologies necessary. I love it. All right, we have a lot to talk about. Shall we start talking?
I mean,
Yeah,
I really
I think we
do want
should.
to.
Wait,
I really want to see where this is going. But yeah, for time's sake, to be continued. We we mentioned this before, that one of the challenges we have with this stream is we play some really cool and interesting and fun games and stuff like that. But then we like scratch the surface and then we kind of move on. When you all you played what was that, Degrees of Separation. And then off stream, I mean, you kept playing it, which was really nice. But like, there's so much to talk about for all those, the Democratic Socialism Simulator and the no pineapple game and stuff like that. And then it was just like, there's so much to say. It's hard to get it all in.
Yeah, no, it really is. Although we did keep playing Degrees a little bit on stream. We just moved it to my solo channel, and we played
I was gonna say we
played for a couple of weeks, which was good.
Yeah. Did you beat it, by the way?
No, I don't think so. I think we only got to like one other world. All right, let's talk about this. I have many. Are you cool with that? I have many questions. This seems like a pretty interesting cliffhanger. We're gonna leave everybody on a cliffhanger here. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Oh, how do we? Is it possible to save our session? Or wow, look at this cattail.
Ooh, I don't know. I'll just leave it running. Maybe I'll Google as we talk how to.
Okay,
how
I'm gonna exit this, just so we can check out the tool set.
Yeah. Jump back in.
So Jay Plays Games and Fisticuff and anybody else in chat or watching on video, look at what this looks like on the other side. I'm just gonna go.
It is full of genies. Oh,
I'm just gonna do this. Oh, go! Oh, it just crashed. Oh no!
Oh no, we lost it.
Okay, hold on. We're coming.
We saw your IP there as well.
It's coming back.
That was a local. Looked maybe like it was a local address. Couldn't see it.
It's coming back. That is the local address.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. This happened to us yesterday too, huh? We had a weird crash moment.
Yeah, it did.
A weird.
We figured out that me screen sharing my game is makes the cropping explode, right?
Yeah, it does.
Try screen sharing. Actually, yeah, that's not going to make sense because I'll be
But we can at least yeah, that's not
the
local,
tool
so
set.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We can at least do this. So we can't see all the sweet assets that you've created.
Cool. All right.
But
sweet.
What? I actually haven't touched any of these buttons.
Whoa. Cool.
That's super cool. Whoa. So I guess are these like
so there's all the
presets and stuff, yeah.
Yep. So if you go to like the little tools that are on the right side, if you go to the third one down, you can edit the sprite.
Oh.
If you have something selected. And then you can see like there's all these like layers and stuff.
Crazy.
It's like
oh wow.
Strangely complicated. So that's like on the fly, what I was trying to do, which is why I got invisible wings.
Dang, that is wild. Like, what is this? Oh, that's what. Oh, I thought that was blood. I thought it was like draw a line of blood, drop a syringe of blood. But it actually.
Yeah, it looks very creepy.
Okay.
That comes up in every game for some reason. Every game holds the syringe of blood.
If you hit the little, or you're in the editor right now, but when you go back out you should look at the music editor because the music editor is insane.
Oh,
So it looks like
the music?
Are you editing the sprite? You're editing an individual sprite. It looked like, and now you can do like a whole set of tiles or scene or something.
Oh wow, that is deep.
So like this is like the dirt. It looks like that's cool.
So this pops out to edit the tile. Oh my goodness, that is.
Holy crap!
It's a lot of customization, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a pre-rendered room.
Sweet.
Cool. Whoa. Oh, sorry. That's like super bright on stream. I'm not making
in the tile search. Can you do human dog hybrid? Does that bring up anything?
Well, I think I'm only in tiles.
Argumentative dog.
How do I get back to the? Is this it?
That was
those are tiles. That's not.
A pre-made asset was a person riding a dog. That was like the best luck out ever.
Oh, nice. Oh, here we go.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Close the room editor.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, so now I can look for
Objects.
assets.
Yeah.
What do you want me to look for? Human?
Human dog hybrid. Oh yeah, do the music.
Where's the music?
The joke.
Oh,
it's not that funny. That
This
joke wasn't that funny. Where's the music?
Oh, I think in the
little news.
Oh no shit! It's like a little like. Oh, that's cool.
I think in the settings.
That's why I was like, yeah.
Damn.
I did not do music as I opened this and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good on this right now.
Oh, do they have pre?
But yeah, it's robust.
Like little phrases. There's little like musical phrases.
Yeah, there's like little
For
things
some reason,
that.
So I have the audio off, so I haven't been able to listen to the audio on the stream and stuff. But for some reason, the Tetris theme has been playing this whole time in my head.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, seems appropriate.
I don't know why.
I can hear the playback on my on my headphones. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have the Twitch stream muted because let me get that weird delay thing. Maybe I'll turn it up for this because I want to hear what it sounds like.
Is that coming through at all, or?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Nice.
Now that I have the thing turned up.
Well, there's a bunch of
oh, that's cool.
Pre-rendered music. That's cool.
Oops! Oh shit! I paused the stream. Whoops.
Oh wow, that is a lot of editing you can do here.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah,
the stereo.
It's a lot.
Holy shit! This is like.
And you can't like.
This is crazy.
You have to have two players, right? There's no way you can't pre-program all this. It's all just like.
Yeah. So that's like the interesting thing. There's only so much you can prepare, and I used all like built-in assets and rooms and stuff, just because I figured why not play with the tools it gives you to begin with. Yeah. But yeah, it's like you really can't build up that much in advance, right? Like when I was talking about prepping for it, I was mostly just figuring out how to use all the tools, just because, who knows what's going to happen in this game. There's not really any kind of restrictions on what someone will do, really. So I don't know. It's different. It's just improvisational in a way that, I think tabletop games can't quite get to that level of pure improv, which, I think is often a good thing to have. So what makes it a game, right, is having
right.
restrictions.
Yeah, why do you say that though about tabletop games? I'm really curious because I didn't think about it that way.
I think there's really no overarching rules to this, right? Like it's 100% are agreeing on a shared universe, right? And in that way, I think it is much more like improv than it is like tabletop gaming, but. I'm trying to get my head around like the 30-second limit. That's something. I'm trying to figure out what that does, right? Like if there was no 30-second limit, it would have a very, very different feel, right? And I think that's the thing. I don't know if I would call this a game, but that's the thing that to me makes it game-like is that's the one rule, right? That's like the one mechanic is the timer counts down.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah.
That is super interesting. Yeah, it's a good point, I guess, right? Because if you're playing a game like a prepackaged game like D&D or like Pathfinder, they do have rule sets, right? And like underneath all of those rule sets, there's like a fundamental understanding of like the universe and the laws of physics, and you can't just say go gadget wings, like I just did, right, and fly away. But you can't in this.
Well, you could, right? If you have a DM that wants to play or GM that wants to play along, right? You could theoretically come.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It breaks the universe a little bit. Like you're no longer
you
playing.
have to rebuild,
but-
rebuild a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I just totally lost my train. Oh, so Sweater, you had mentioned in sort of at the top of the stream that 30 seconds. This is really interesting. I hadn't quite thought about that as like the mechanic or a rule or anything. But you said at the top that one of their reasons for doing that 30-second timer was to actually force you to kind of make mistakes, like duplicating the dog and stuff like that. Do you felt like that was like you really felt that way, and do you think that like really like helped in the flow of the game or the story or whatever it was we were doing here today? That like built-in kind of error.
I think so,
and rush?
yeah. I think so, yeah. I honestly think that's one of the things that really makes this fun is like having to do that scramble and having to, like otherwise it'd be like, oh no, I'm going to deliberate on, especially I think with my personality, it would be like, I'm going to deliberate on like how I should respond. I'm going to deliberate on the next thing. But this is like, oh, if I don't do something, then the player's just going to be sitting there like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then I think you end up with this kind of really like funny moments where I don't know what to do and I just like put in something by mistake, right? And then that kind of leads to the next part of the story, right? Although one thing I think is interesting, right? So there's not like rules and mechanics necessarily like there would be in a tabletop game, but the pre-built assets, right, like are kind of nudging you toward maybe particular kinds of stories. So there's asset packs you can download. I didn't put one in. You can make your own assets, obviously, but there's kind of like the kind of domestic house scene, right? Like that's one of them. There's like another kind of like exterior house, and there's like snow and stuff. Like there's a lot of like kind of agrarian looking like farming stuff.
It had a lot of like rundown, kind of like Zero or something. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and there's different kinds of humans and human parts and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting the storytelling that's embedded in like what assets it gives you, right? Like what kinds of stories are you going to tell with these tools that you have?
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to like if the prepackaged assets were like a spaceship, right, and like astronaut suits, like, you'd be thinking in like a real different direction, or like a whip sword and like fire magic. Sorry, I've still got blood stained on my brain.
Yeah. No, that's totally. That's funny because I was thinking space too. Like if this was set in space, that's a totally different vibe, and I think like you're suggesting, you tell a totally different kind of story just because of what's like baked in, I guess. Yeah,
right.
That's a great point.
So
the comparison.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, go for it.
No, I was gonna say with like this prepackaged music too, it also I think conveys certain kinds. Like I'm listening, I'm enjoying the song that we're listening to right now. But like if you had this song playing while I was talking to the genie or like feeding a living sandwich to my grandchild, it would give it a different feel, right? Than if there was something more somber or or whatever playing.
Yeah, it's like super bouncy.
Yeah.
Very bouncy. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So the comparison. Oh.
Nope. I was gonna go.
The reason Justin McElroy brought this game up was he was talking about I can't remember the name of it. I should have looked it up, but it's that VR theater experience where like you buy a ticket and then you have like a VR experience with like an actor, right? There's like an actual actor guiding you through this like VR world. So the idea is like in COVID world, it's replacing the the going to the theater, right, and having that kind of experience with an actor. And you can do it in VR. He was going on about how like it was like the coolest thing he had ever experienced in his life. And everyone was like, yeah, whatever. But I think that it kind of begs that like improv, like theater comparison almost. Kind of where games maybe run up against some of those like theatrical things, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but I just thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Got it. I had never heard of that. Have you ever done like immersive theater before?
No.
It's what the VR
where like audience is kind of like participants.
Yeah, like Sleep No More. Is I guess like the example of that.
Does Medieval Times count?
That might suggest that there's more of a spectrum, right? Because I think there is like a degree of audience participation. But like when I don't know if I'm allowed to like talk about Sleep No More actually on. I forgot if I signed an NDA or not.
No, I personally haven't engaged with much.
I guess I'll just say you have a lot more
interactive
freedom in Sleep No More than in medieval times, as an audience member. Oh, sorry, that's the feds at the door. I will.
Fiskov asks, "Is Sleep No More a game?"
No, it's immersive theater. It's like a play, so to speak. Yeah, there's a podcast of it. I forget who did the podcast on it, but yeah, it's immersive theater. So it's stuff you do IRL.
And very strange that you bring that up as we're streaming a game called Sleep is Death.
I know. I just
which is very weird.
I know.
That was
Took me a second to realize you were talking about something. I was like, well, wait, we just played Sleep.
Yeah, that was
no
not
more,
lost
no
on me.
Sleep, no death.
Can you? I know we have to wrap it up soon, but do you mind sharing a little bit about your other experience of playing this Sweater? And what that was like and how that kind of compares to this?
Yeah, so it was in grad school before you all knew me, when I was getting my master's degree. And one of my friends that was in the program with me just gave me zero context whatsoever, and just was like, here, we're going to play this thing. And I had no idea what it was. And I kind of couldn't decide how much context to give just because that was such a cool experience. And we were in the same room, but we weren't talking to one another. So it's interesting because that was a really different vibe, being in the same room as somebody. But then we had so much talk kind of going, explain, like, I'm going to cook a sandwich now, right? And we weren't doing any of that. So, I think depending on whether you're doing this online, whether you're talking in addition to it, you would have like a really different experience. And I actually can't remember anything about the story that we did. I just remember being like, wow, this is not like anything I've played before. And, it's interesting because if this were to come out, in a more recent year, I'm sure there would be a lot of upgrades to it. But I can't really think of anything else like it now, still in 2020.
Yeah.
And, I saw an article from 2010 about or from 2018, like, wow, this game was really kind of ahead of its time and people didn't, catch on to it as much. There was like a community for it, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's singular in a way that I think is really interesting.
If I can ask a little behind, I don't want to pull the curtain back too far, but like, how did what you expect to happen sort of manifest, or how did it relate to what actually happened when you were playing? So you had something in mind. Clearly, you had you wanted Prof A to do something, but then because he's got some control and agency in that transaction, how did that work out?
Yeah, I think the reason the genie was appealing as a trope is like it does kind of explain things happening sort of magically. And I'd like there was one. So there was like one story I was like looking at the stories that kind of the creator has made that you can kind of look at to inspire on the website. And there's one that was kind of cool. I almost stole it. That was like, oh, you're just in a room the whole time in like the future, and like everybody has a limited amount of space. But then he built in like, a prefab room is like you break through into this other like, you find out, it's like this weird post-apocalyptic thing. But I was like, I kind of just want to really create the fiction as we're playing it without prepping too much. So that was the genie. I was like, I have no idea whatsoever what Earl's going to do. And that's going to challenge me, right, to try and scramble. And I kind of wanted that experience.
Yeah,
so that
I was
was
going to say,
yeah.
Very bold
That's
move,
cool.
Including the genie.
Yeah, I knew there would be a dog. I didn't know if the dog was going to talk or not. Just and I wanted to have the grandpa character.
Did you know
like
you were going to debate the dog? That's the question.
No, definitely not. I did not expect the debate.
I appreciate
but
that.
Thank you, Fisticuff, for that. Yeah.
Like I was putting some of the bait I was putting down, right, is like the helicopter mom, right, that kept calling.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which Prof A didn't really take that bait, but that could have been. And that probably would have been a different tone to the story is, if it had gone in a slightly more serious direction, right? He could have, we could have built out that relationship of him and the daughter and, maybe the genie, he would ask for something other than a sandwich, right? So, I'm very happy with where it went. But, you just have no idea totally, too. Like, I think these games always tend to be kind of goofy just because, the assets and everything in them kind of lend themselves to sillier stories.
Yeah.
How in your experience, how does it compare to, say, prepping something like a D&D campaign or a tabletop campaign? Is it similar? Are the limitations of the system, do they make you make other kinds of choices? What's the
I think the prep is way easier just because, you know, like I feel like D&D, there's so many things to think through every time I'm going to have a game. It takes me so long to prep. But then I feel like running the game is smoother, whereas this is very frantic. Like the actual, like, if I had a 30-second timer when I was GMing D&D or something, that would be a very different experience, right? So it's like the actual running the game is easier. I think on a tabletop game, but the prep was like, I didn't really do that much for this at all.
So what would happen if you put in D&D, you included a timer, like a decision timer? You have 30 seconds to decide what you're going to do. How do you think that would change your experience?
Like a speed run. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder, now that you're saying that, I'm like, somebody must have tried that, right?
I'm
like
sure.
somebody out
I'm
there
sure.
Well, as
done that. So we need...
Totally. It's like speed chess, you know, like people are like, slap, get a timer and be like, slap. I just want people to see people like roll die really aggressively at each other. Like, I'm going to get this. Oh.
I've seen that
I made my choice.
From a GM perspective. Like I've seen GMs put a timer on their players, but not the other way around.
Interesting. Oh, interesting.
Like if they've got let's say they've got to make a quick decision that like really is time sensitive. Let's say you're playing, it's an adventure, you're playing some kind of Indiana Jones type thing, a boulder comes out and is like rolling toward you, like a giant boulder. The GM might bust out a timer and put it in front of the player, letting the player know like this thing is coming at you, and if you don't act in 30 seconds or 20 seconds or 10 seconds,
that's cool.
Something's gonna happen.
I'm gonna start doing that because my players debate forever. Most
so
of
there you go. That's a little.
Sorry, if you ever watch the pod. I love you, but
I'm happy to add a little more torture to your players.
Yeah. Well, no. Again, I mean, I think Sweater, to your point earlier about like how that constraint shapes your experience, right? That like for as the playing of this game, they designed it that way intentionally to force those sort of errors, and it puts you on that frantic kind of feeling, and how different it would be if you could take 2 minutes to find the right asset and stuff like that. So I think like including that in something like a D&D session is really kind of interesting about how just that one little change could really change that experience completely.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love to hear how your players react to the timer when you first pull it out. I'm super excited.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen next session.
Nice.
Everyone look.
Okay, well, I have one last question before we wrap it up for everybody.
Sure.
And I think, I want to know. So, Sweater, from a sort of GM perspective, did you have fun with this today?
Oh yeah, actually, I messaged Prof A couple days ago, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. One, because I was overwhelmed by the tools, but also just because I was like, it's going to be such a weird experience to play this performatively. Like, I just couldn't imagine having people watch this and having it be entertaining. But I mean, now I'm kind of in the opposite, where I'm like, I had a ton of fun doing that. I hope that was entertaining at all to anyone else, because I had a great time doing that.
Yeah.
Jay Plays Games. What was this like for you to watch and be part of? Did you have fun?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I'm sort of already biased towards it because I love playing games with you all, and we have a lot of fun, and we've got a long history together of being able to be like comfortable in that like yes and space together. I mean, we've played D&D together, and we've gamed, and we do all that sort of stuff. So we're kind of already in that space. And for me, it was really interesting just to kind of be an observer, kind of a backseat gamer. I hopefully Prof A used that hashtag because that's the best hashtag ever.
Yeah,
but that backseat gaming stuff, where we're doing input fisticuff in the, saying debate the dog and stuff like that. That's so cool because it brings together so many of the things that I personally love about games, right? Is that they there's these shared kind of experiences that are very emergent, especially in a game like this where you just are given a bunch of tools and say, go make something. I think that's really fun. And I was really, really interested, and I wish we had more time, but I want to know where that story was going, because it's really cool to see how you pull that off together. And even being a part of that, even in that sort of backseat sort of format, was really fun. This was a really cool tool. I'm going to go buy it.
Nice.
And do stuff.
You get 2 licenses.
Yeah.
So Prof A sent me a bit. We split a license, but you can get 2 for 1.
The sad thing is I'll just end up, running it on 2 computers and just play it myself, and that's not fun.
Hey, so shoot me a text.
We'll set up time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to
maybe
do a-
Fisticuff, can
Oh yeah,
murder
totally. Yeah,
hobo.
as long as you're in a murder hobo me. Yeah, exactly.
I will say,
I'm gonna
as
build
a-
it around murder hobos.
As a player, I think I had more fun because Fisticuff Jones was here offering those great suggestions. I feel like I was going to play it a little too, like I was going to play the straight man a little too much. And as soon as I even considered the possibility of riding the dog, I was like, this is going to be a different,
It took a
this is going to
turn.
be a different adventure now. There are a couple things we didn't get to do. We didn't get to fully debate the dog. We also didn't get to tax the grandchild. But for future playthrough,
Yeah, next for to be continued.
we can
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
push the verbs.
I'd totally do a chapter 2 of this stream of like chapter 2.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. It was good.
Make it a
was
series.
fun. But I think we do have to wrap it up for the day. So before we go, quick thanks to everybody who jumped in the chat. Sweater, when are you streaming next? Any quick announcements to make or any?
I am streaming in 45 minutes at 7:30 Eastern time. I'm going to be playing Ooblets, which is my obsession. So come look at wholesome, cute things with me.
Nice. And Jay Plays Games, any closing words, announcements, anything to leave us with?
No, just our usual thank you to everyone who showed up and participated and gave us suggestions. Fisticuff, thank you again for all the great every time asking great questions and
good.
offering to tax the grandchild is fantastic. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully this was interesting and stuff, and we'll see you again in our next streams. That's great. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Bummed that we weren't able to have Wizard PhD today, but sending her all of our love. She was greatly missed, and we're very excited to get her back on stream next time. So yeah, we're gonna call it right here then. Thank you again so much for everybody for hanging out, and for ProfsPlay, this is Prof A signing off. Until next time, everybody, stay cool.